Hi there, Mr. Muhammed is here. This is Oxford Complete Mathematics for IGCSE students, and through this tutorial we're going to talk about the equation of parallel lines on an xy axis. And when we have lines, when we have only graphs, how can we get the equation, and how can we get the equation of another line which is parallel to the given one? So before we start, I'm going to show you something about the parallel lines on xy axis. So let's say this is a xy axis. Okay, this line is passing through this point on y-axis. So this is the y-intercept of this line, and the gradient of this line is 4/3. And the line is going down, it means the gradient is negative. So to get the equation of this straight line, we need the gradient of the straight line, and we need one point that lies on this straight line. Just like the previous tutorial, we knew the gradient, we knew one point that the line passes through, then we were able to find the equation of the line. Here the same thing is occurring. Because we have the graph, we can pick a point that the line passes through, and because we have the graph, we can find the gradient. Once you have these two pieces of information, you'll be able to find the equation of any straight line. So here the gradient is, because gradient is always number of vertical steps on number of horizontal steps, I marked 2 points on this line because these 2 points, they have easy coordinates. So here 1 2 3 4, it's 4 steps vertically, so the gradient m is equal to 4 over, horizontally it is 3 steps, so the gradient is 4/3. From left to right, when you look at the line, it's going down, it means the gradient must be negative. So we have the gradient. What else we need? We need the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the place where the line crosses y-axis. This line crosses y-axis here, and the value is 4. It's positive 4. So it means C is equal to positive 4. Now we got the two pieces of information that we need. The equation of this line is negative y equals negative 4/3x plus 4. So this is the gradient here that helps us to be the coefficient of x, and this is C. C is the y-intercept. Once we got these two pieces of information, we can state the equation of this straight line. So the same thing will happen with these three questions that we're going to do them. And one more thing, this line has this equation. How can we find another line which is parallel to this line? How can we find, for example, the equation of this line? It's parallel to this one, and it passes through these 2 points. How can we get the equation of this line, which is parallel to the first line? Let's name this line A, and this is line B. How can we get the equation of line B, which is parallel to line A? Since these two lines are parallel, it means their gradients are exactly the same. What changes is only the y-intercept. So since line B is parallel to line A, so the equation of, this is the equation of line A, the equation of line B will look like this. Y equals, since line B is equal to line A, it means they have the exact same gradient. And line B on y-axis, it passes through 3, so it is negative 4/3x, negative 4/3x plus 3. So these two lines are parallel. Why? Because they have the same gradient. What varies is only the y-intercept. So whenever you see two equations, they have the same gradient, it means the line of the graph of these two equations are parallel. Or when you see two graphs that are parallel, it means when you find the equation of any of them, the equation of the other one is only the y-intercept different. Now let's start. Okay, question 1. Find the equation of the line A and B. We have to find the equation of line A and the equation of line B. Then question 2, find the equation of line C and line D. Then to do this, look at line A. Mark 2 points on line A to help you to find the gradient. So the two easy points on line A are, one of them is here. The coordinate of this point is an easy one. It's 3, 5. And we can say this is an easy point. It's 1, negative 1. 1 on x, negative 1 on y. Now count the vertical steps. We are about to find the gradient. Then we will find C. Okay, the gradient number of vertical steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 6 over 1, 2. 6 over 2. 6 over 2 is equal to 3. And this line from left to right is going up, so the gradient is positive. Done. Now the y-intercept, look at this line A. It passes through y-axis when y is equal to negative 4. So C is negative 4. We got the gradient, we got C, we can write the equation. The equation is like this: y equals the gradient, which is 3x, and C minus 4. This is the equation of line A. Let's do the same thing for line B. On line B, mark 2 points. We will need this for question 3. Let's highlight it. For line B, mark 2 points. This is an easy point and this is another one. How many vertical steps are there? So we can count from here: 1, 2, 3 vertical steps. So for line B, M is equal to 3 over how many horizontal steps? 1, 2, 3. 3 over 3 means 1. The gradient of line B is 1. Now, where does line B crosses y-axis? Well, line B crosses y-axis at 2. It means the value of C is positive 2. Now we have the gradient, we have C, we can write the equation. The equation is like this: y equals the gradient, which is 1x. 1x, it's better to just write it x plus 2. Now we got the equation of line B. Similarly, we can get the equation of line C and D. Let's work on line C here. For line C, the gradient, I'm going to mark this point here and this point because these 2 points, they have easy coordinates. For example, I cannot mark a point here because I don't know what is the coordinate of this point exactly. So I will not be sure about number of steps. That's why I have to pick only points with easy coordinates, coordinates that you can tell. Now, vertical steps are 2, so M for line C, M is 2 over, it's 2 vertical steps over 1, 2, 3 horizontal steps, 2 over 3. The line is going up, the gradient is positive. And C, where does this line C, crosses y-axis? It crosses y-axis at negative 2, so it means the value of C is negative 2. Now, we can write the equation y equals 2 over 3x minus 2. So this is the equation of line C. This is the equation of line C. And for line D, let's do the same thing. Mark 2 points on line D. And then find the gradient. This is an easy point, which is on line D. And this is another easy point on line D. Number of vertical steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. So for line D, m is equal to 4 over 1, 2. 4 over 2 is equal to 2. 4 divided 2 is 2. So the gradient is 2. But line D, if you look at it from left to right, it's going down. The gradient must be negative. And C, where does line D crosses y-axis? Right here when y is equal to 4, so C is equal to positive 4. The equation is like this: y equals negative 2x plus 4. So we got the fourth equation. Now question 1 and 2 done. Question 3 says find the equation of a line which is parallel to line A and passes through the point 0, 5. Well, this is line A, and a line which is parallel to line A and passes through 0, 5. 0, 5 is here, so we don't need to draw. Look, how can we deal with this? Because the line that we want to find the equation is parallel to line A, so it means it has the exact same gradient as line A. The gradient of line A is 3, so the gradient of this point, this is question 3a. To find the equation of any line, we need two pieces of information. The first one is the gradient, and the second one is C. Because line A is parallel to this line that we want to find the equation of, so it means they have the same gradient. The gradient of this line is 3. Then how can we find C? In the previous lesson, we had cases like this. The gradient were given, 1 point were given, we were about to find C. So we're going to do the same thing. Let's write the equation of the line. The equation will look like this: y equals 3x plus C, because we don't know C yet. Then the point will help to find C. We're going to substitute this point in this equation, and it gives the exact place of where the line crosses y-axis. When you have 0 in the x position of the point, C is straight away this number. But the way I do here works all the time, not only when you have 0 here, because it's not common to have 0 all the time here. This way always works. It's just like the way we took in the previous tutorial. Then here, x is 0, y is 5. So 5 equals 3 times 0 plus c. 3 times 0 is just 0. Then you see 5 is equal to c. We got the value of c. Now we can write the equation. Y equals 3x plus 5. This is the equation of the line which is parallel to line A and passes through 0, 5. Question 3b has the exact same idea, but this time it's about line B. We need to find the equation of a line which is parallel to line B and passes through 0, 3. Let's do it then. This is part B. Since the line is parallel to line B, the gradient of line B is 1. The gradient of this line is also 1. C is missing. Substitute this point. Since we know the gradient and we know 1 point, we can find C. we can say straight away c is equal to 3 because the x is 0, but it's not common to have all the time x 0. That's why I prefer to substitute this point in the equation that is like this: y equals x plus c. Yx, because 1 doesn't appear in front of x. Okay, to find c, x is 0, y is 3. 3 is equal to 0 plus c. So from this, c is equal to 3. Now we know c. We got the gradient. And we know c. We can write the equation of the line which is parallel to line b and passes through 0, 3. Then y equals x plus 3 is the equation of a line that passes through 0, 3, and it's parallel to line b. Now let's move on to question 4. Question 4, look at the graph in question 1. Find the equation of the line which is parallel to line A and passes through the point 0, 1. Find the equation of another line which is parallel to line A and passes through 0, 1. The gradient of line A, we had it here in question 1. We don't bother to find it again. The gradient of line A is 3. The gradient of line A is 3. So it means y equals 3x plus c. C is missing. To find c, we're going to use this point that's given in the question, 0, 1. Put 0 in place of x, 1 in place of y. You see that c is equal to 1. And finally, question 4a, the answer is y equals 3x plus 1 is the equation of a line which is parallel to line A and passes through 0, 1. The same thing happens here to line B. The gradient of line B is 1, as we found it. The gradient of line B is 1. So here for this question, m is equal to 1. C is missing. To write it in the form of y equals mx plus c, since we know m is 1, then y equals 1x, which is just x plus c. The point is 0, negative 2. Substitute. Y equals 0. Y is negative 2. And x is 0. So here, negative 2 equals 0 plus c. From this, negative 2 is equal to c. We got the value of c. And finally, the equation is like this: y equals x minus 2. So this is the equation of a line that passes through 0, negative 2, and it's parallel to line B. Okay, this question 4 is a little bit confusing. So as I see, this graph has no relation with this question. So this is a kind of typing mistake. I hope you find it easy. Comment below whatever question you have. Thank you for watching.